Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 30th of June 2023. Essence. Sweet children, now remove your hearts from this old world and old stage. You have to return to the Father. Therefore remember the home. Question. What should you pay a lot of attention to in order to make your stage good? Answer. Your food. Sensible children will stay in yoga and prepare their food themselves and eat that. If you remember Baba while cooking and you sit and eat that with a lot of love, your stage can become very good. If you cook in remembrance of Baba, Baba will take the fragrance of that. Serviceable children have to become very alert. Do every type of service by yourself. Song. The heart says thanks to the one who has given it support. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to you children. You children know that you are souls and that you are listening to the Father, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Previously, in spiritual gatherings, you didn't understand that you souls were listening to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Here, you children are in front of the Father, and the Father is in front of you children. The Father is incorporeal, and souls too are incorporeal. There are so many children. No one except the Father can say this. The Father sits here and only explains to the Brahmins who are personally in front of him. You know that at this time all are sinful souls. This is not the world of charitable souls. The Golden Age is called the world of charitable souls. The Unlimited Father is now teaching you children Raj Yoga. The Father now says, whatever there is in this old world, including your bodies, all has to be forgotten. You should have disinterest in it. This is unlimited disinterest. You don't have to go to the forests. You have to live in your households, but you mustn't attach your hearts to this old world. This is the stage of the Iron Age. When it was the Golden Age on this stage, there was the kingdom of deities. Their parts were played then. This stage has now become old. The Golden Age is called the world of charitable souls. Whatever you see with your eyes now are old things. You have to complete your 84 births, and so you mustn't attach your hearts to this old world. You have to attach your hearts to the new world. We now have to shed our old bodies and return home. You should be happy that Baba has come to take you back once again. We once again have to go to heaven and play our parts. That is, while living in our households, we have to end all attachment. The old world is to become a graveyard. When actors end their parts in a play, they remember their homes. You Brahmins also know that you have played your parts for 84 births. It is called a cycle of 84 births. You have to remember the clans. Shiv Baba sits here and looks at the flowers. This one soul also sees, and he also remembers Baba. Baba has given me this knowledge. He is the Father, Teacher and Satguru. He doesn't hold any scriptures in his hand. You daughters also say, Shiv Baba has given us the knowledge of the world cycle, and we are telling you that. Therefore, only the Satguru would be remembered. We remember Baba in the form of a soul. The history and geography of the whole world is also remembered. You souls also know that you live there bodiless. The Father is always bodiless. He is giving us teachings through this body exactly as he did in the previous cycle. Truly we are souls. It is said, charitable soul, sinful soul. It is not said, sinful or charitable supreme soul. Sannyasis are also called great souls. If God were omnipresent, he would be called the great supreme soul. It is not possible that God would sit and have sacrificial fires and do tapasya. Devotees searching for God. The path of devotion is also fixed in the drama. You once again have to come into the cycle to experience happiness for 21 births and then 63 births on the path of devotion. You know that your parts are the most unique. Each imperishable soul has received an imperishable part. The bodies perish. The soul says, I have played a part for 84 births. I now have to complete my part and shed this costume. You mustn't have attachment to it. It is the soul that does everything. The soul studies. The soul says, I have studied so much through these organs. When a soul leaves his body, the body is called a corpse. The soul says, I am immortal. It is now in your intellects. I truly have a part of 84 births in this unlimited drama. The innumerable actors belong to different religions. There is great praise of Bharat. Christians too have regard for Bharat. They believe that Bharat is ancient. At that time there were no Christians. However, they simply say for the sake of saying it that Bharat is ancient. They don't know that there was a kingdom of deities there and that they were called gods and goddesses. They don't say God Krishna, they say Lord Krishna. They ask for very old pictures of Sri Krishna or the deities, because the deities are still senior to everyone. There is great praise of Bharat. If they hadn't changed the name in the Gita, everyone would know that this Bharat is the birthplace of the father of us human souls. There are temples to Shiva in several places. The Purifier Father comes into the impure world and purifies everyone, and so he is elevated. His praise is salutations to Shiva. You are the mother and father, and we are your children. You are the ocean of knowledge. Your ways and means are unique. Your praise is limitless. However, they still forget him. This is why there is no praise of Bharat left. When you children go abroad, you have to explain to them, the Father of all souls is that incorporeal one. You call out to God the Father, but you don't know when he comes. The Yadavas, the people of Europe, know that they will destroy their own clan through the missiles they have invented. The Mahabharat war is very well known. Death is just ahead of you. Bharat is ancient, and many therefore become its helpers. They believe that Bharat was very wealthy. They had so many treasures. Later the Muslims took all the jewels and diamonds, etc., and studied their tombs with them. You children know that there truly was the kingdom of deities in Bharat. We are now once again claiming that kingdom. No one without the power of yoga can become a master of the world. Christians all belong to the one religion. They will fight among themselves and destroy their own clan. Those who belong to the Yadava clan will fight among themselves with missiles. They know that the whole world will be destroyed with bombs and that they won't be able to rule the kingdom. You know that the two monkeys will fight between themselves and we will take the butter from between them. You are making effort. You children should now have disinterest in this old world because you know that all of it is going to be destroyed. You have to remember the one Father. Why should you remember this graveyard? This graveyard will end and it will become the land of angels. In the Golden Age, there were mines of jewels and diamonds in this same Bharat. Now all of them are empty. Some children have had visions of how they fetch gold in the Vimans. That world will become new. There the flowers and fruit are so good. Everything there is good. There is nothing there that would create rubbish or cause sorrow, and this is why it is called heaven. So the one bridegroom has now come to take all of you brides back. Everyone's body will be destroyed here. Holika, etc. are all festivals of here. However, no one knows the accurate significance of them. There is also the festival of Rakshabandhan and the festival of burning Ravan. Baba has explained, at this time the whole world is Ravan's home. All are in the cottage of sorrow. They are so unhappy. Therefore, end your attachment to everyone. We are now to go back home. You have to remember the home. In the Golden Age, when your body becomes old, you would understand that you will then shed your old body and take a new one. You understand that you now have to return home and that you therefore have to renounce body consciousness. The world doesn't know these things. They say that each soul is the Supreme Soul and that the Supreme Soul is in each soul. The Father explains, that is a lie. If devotees are God, why do you remember God? Only the one incorporeal Father is remembered as the purifier. He says, I have to come into the impure world. I then make this one and all of you children pure. I make the whole world pure and take them back. There, in the supreme abode, all souls are pure. At that time, having been through the stages of Sato, Rajo and Tamo, they have become impure by the end. This is everyone's final birth. Lakshmi and Narayan are also now in their final birth. The purifier is only the one Father. It is very easy to understand this world cycle. You mothers too can explain this cycle very well. This simply requires understanding by your intellects. It is very easy to explain using the pictures. No one except the Father can explain this knowledge. No one else has these pictures. There will be a lot of respect for these pictures. Baba says, send the pictures of this tree and the tree Murti to those who are educated. Also send them abroad. First-class service can take place through them. You can go and explain personally. They too have this knowledge. They should be available in colleges so that they can receive the knowledge of this unlimited history and geography. The arrow will strike those who belong to the Brahmin clan. Baba continues to give different directions. Sometimes children are very enthusiastic, and at other times, like soda water, they become flat. Give these pictures to the big universities. When the pictures are sent, an arrow will strike someone. Give them free to eminent people abroad. The Unlimited Father says, you can give them free. However, it shouldn't be that you continue to give them to whomever you meet on the trams or buses. You have to see if they are worthy. These have very good knowledge in them. You can also give them to the big shops. You should make effort. Serviceable children can do service. Each one's service is his own. Mothers too have to do service at home. Just take a picture and then sit and explain with love. Things are explained to little children using pictures. Some children are 4 months old, some are 6 months old, and some are even 2 months old. It is now in your intellects how you take 84 births. We have now become Brahmins, and we will become deities and then warriors. You should talk to yourselves in this way. You are those who talk to the Father from beyond. This is churning the ocean of knowledge. The more service you do, the more reward you will receive. You are on godly service. Baba says, take care of your households, but give 8 hours to this service. You are receiving unlimited treasures. Your intellect should spin this discus of self-realization throughout the day. You should remember the cycle of 84 births. Why do you forget it? The more you remember him, the more you will become a garland around the Father's neck. You will then become a garland around the neck of Vishnu. This is repeatedly explained to you children. You can imbibe this very well here, because you don't have any friends or relatives here. Serviceable ones are those who remain engaged in doing service throughout the day. They listen to Baba's MURLI, repeat it and note it down. Teachers understand that if many students from their school pass, the government will give them a prize. You Brahmins should also remain like that. I will prepare a very good group and take them to Baba. This is called being sensible. If someone doesn't make effort, he or she is reported. It is a sin to rest. Teachers should be so alert that they can look after 10 centres and run around here and there. 5 to 6 hours sleep is enough. However, you do have to make effort. Good, sensible children will try to prepare their own food. They will remember Baba while cooking and will sit and eat it with a lot of love, and their stage will thereby be very good. Baba also wants you children to cook for yourselves. If you prepare it in remembrance of Baba, Baba will then also take that fragrance. You will make very good progress by having remembrance of the Father. Continue to spin the discus of self-realization. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual Father. Essence Vedana. 1. Talk to yourself and the Father from beyond, and churn the ocean of knowledge, and keep your intellect busy. Become a spinner of the discus of self-realization. 2. We are now to go back home. This is the cottage of sorrow, so remove your attachment to it. Attach your heart to the new world. Blessing. May you become free from all desires by making all 3 aspects of time good with remembrance of the Father, the Comforter of Hearts. The children who have remembrance of the Father, the Comforter of Hearts, always sing the song, Wah, Wah. No words of distress can emerge in their minds, even in their dreams, because whatever has happened was Wah. Whatever is happening is Wah. And whatever is going to happen will also be Wah. All 3 aspects of time are Wah, Wah. That is, they are the best of all. When everything is good, no desires can arise, because you can only say everything is good when you have all attainments. To be full of all attainments means to be free from all desires. Slogan: Make your sanskars so cool that no sanskars of force or bossiness emerge at all. Om Shanti.